Katrina, you've achieved so much in your career at this point where you're at. What is still motivating you and driving you for this tournament?
A tournament at home is always exciting, but putting on the green and gold in front of friends and family is something special, and I think a lot of my drive over the last 6 months has been to get to this tournament. Play in front of home fans, enjoy the moment, and hopefully come away with a trophy.
What do you think this team is capable of?
We've seen so much over the last couple of years. The World Cup was massive for us, but now we've brought in a lot of players, got a lot of experience, and then obviously Joe to top it all off. I think we're in a really good spot. Had some really up and down moments over the last couple of years, but I think that's what's kind of brought us all together and made us want more, and I think we're really ready for it.
And how did the training session today go? Obviously pretty hot out there. Was it a big hit out? I guess probably your last full one before the game?
Yeah, a lot of information to get in, obviously a big tournament. Variety of teams. Obviously our focus is Philippines, so a lot of information to get in only a couple of sessions. But we worked hard. It was definitely hot, but it's something we've got to get used to. We've got to adapt to it, and we're definitely ready.
And how tough do you think this Asian Cup's going to be? Like, you can look at past results and go, the Matildas should have this, but there's been a lot of change since 2022, right?
Yeah, it's one of the toughest tournaments. When we're over in Europe, they don't really understand it, but it's practically like our Euros. The caliber of teams that we have in this tournament is, top tier, and it's going to push us hard. I think no game is going to be easy. Everyone's going to throw different things at us, but we've come together as a group. We've got a lot of great players in the team, a lot of experience, a lot of players playing in great leagues across the world, and I think it's our time to really stamp our foot on the Asian tournament and make sure we come home with a trophy.
It's a tricky tournament too, isn't it, from the perspective of like you play the Philippines and then Iran, two different teams altogether. Then you go to a team like South Korea, which it's sort of being billed as like the biggest team of the group. But then if you get into the quarters, it could be like a Uzbekistan, and then you could be stepping up to like a Japan. Like, it just feels quite all over the place. How do you manage that change?
Yeah, I think our preppers kind of got us ready for that. We played a variety of teams, and you've always got to adapt as a footballer, whether it's the teams that you play, the players that you have in at the time. We've been ready for it for the last couple of months, and it faces a challenge, but we love a challenge, so we're up for it.
And we saw Mackenzie Arnold come off pretty early in the session today. We didn't see her yesterday either. Where's she at the moment, fitness-wise, and is there an injury there?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I've just been focusing on myself and on the players that are out on the pitch, and the physio's manager.
Did she come back out today at all?
I have no idea.
Okay. Would it be, if she can't play, how much faith do you have in the other two that are in this squad there?
We have a great squad. I don't know Macca's case at all, whether she'll be out on the pitch or not, but regardless of if she is or isn't, we've got some great keepers in there, so maybe someone will get an opportunity, but I'm sure they're ready for it.
There's not a lot of experience there in terms of caps wise, but how much of a joy would it be for one of the other two? I think there are 3 caps between them both. If one of those two get the nod, how much of a...
Yeah, it'd be awesome. They've been playing in good leagues, they've been playing good football, and for us, whoever's in goals, we trust them with everything, so regardless who's out there, I think they're going to do a great job.
Yeah, and it's great to see Mary Fowler back out there. How much of a boost does that give the squad?
Yeah, I'm so excited. I've followed her journey closely, so to have a player like her out in the field, I think it is really special for us, and I think, whenever she's on the pitch, something exciting is always happening, so I'm excited for her. I think she's got no pressure on her. I think she just needs to enjoy her football, enjoy the moment, and just be proud that she's been able to get back and push herself to how she is today.
Hey Katrina, how do you find the midfield mix at the moment? You just spoke about Mary, but Claire Wheeler's been having a great few years over at Everton. Emily Van Egmont's still there. We've seen Alana play midfield. Kira Cooney-Cross is working her way back to full fitness. As a veteran of the group, how excited are you about this midfield mix?
Yeah, it's really exciting. I love watching the girls play in the league, and We have so much experience in there, so regardless of who's on the pitch, they're going to do a great job. And I think for me it's always much easier when you have such experience around you and players of the calibre that we have. So I'm excited for who I get to partner up with or who I get to cheer on.
And Amy Sayer as well, who I didn't mention then. She almost gives you something different. She's so technical, she can kind of drift over. What have you made of her preparations?
Yeah, it's been awesome to see, Amy come back after her injury. I think, she plays so fluidly. She makes something exciting happen, usually out of nothing. And, she's always someone that you can rely on the field. She'll work hard and, she creates chances, makes it easier for us on the midfield, and you can kind of put her anywhere on the pitch. So a very versatile player as well.
When you guys come back to Australia and you see turnouts like the open training on Wednesday where there's 800 fans here, and Ben, you look at grassroots numbers where there's record numbers of young girls signing up, how proud are you to have known that yourself and the team have played some small part in that? Yeah,
honestly, it's such a privilege and something we hold close to our heart. I think whenever we leave Australia to go back to our clubs, we always get excited for the next games we get here or the next tournament we get to play. So it's been so special to watch the growth in women's football. The young kids coming to our game, the turnout we had, and to host a tournament like this is going to be incredible. So I hope all the fans can get out. I hope it's going to be an amazing tournament, and I hope they enjoy every moment of it.
Do you ever pinch yourself about, I guess, being a role model where, 20, 25 years ago it was such a different landscape?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think as an older player, you always reflect on kind of the journey that's been. When you first put on the national team jersey, there was only a couple hundred people in the crowd, and, now we sell out most of our games. So it's pretty incredible to reflect on that sort of career and see the growth in women's football in Australia, and to know that we've kind of paved the way for the next generation to come through and not have to, break down the barriers that we've had to.
And more broadly, on Sunday, Perth's not just hosting the Women's Asian Cup opener, it's also hosting a WNBL Grand Final series with the Perth Lynx. A few years ago, even going back a decade, the fact that two women's sporting events would be considered major sporting events in one city would kind of been looked at funnily, but now it's just it's just normal. How pleasing is it to see just how far women's sport in general has come over that time? Yeah,
it's just amazing. It should probably never have been that way in the first place, but to look at it now, and when you open your social media, you see mainly women's sport on it, which is a huge credit to everyone that's kind of broken down those barriers, that's been able to speak up, use their voice throughout it, and make sure that the younger generation don't have to do the same thing that we've had to. But now we get to look back, we get to enjoy singing the national anthem with tens of thousands of people in the stadiums, and get to see little boys and girls walking around in our jerseys. It's a pretty special moment, not just for women's football but female athletes across the world.
What does it mean to take part in another serious international competition? Would you rather be known as a superstar or a super mum?
That's a tough one. I just want the Matildas to be known as superstars. Super mum is pretty cool too. I don't know, that's tough pick.
And are you glad that you're still here after almost calling it quits after starting a family?
Yeah, definitely. I never knew what my journey was going to look like after I had Harper, but it's been a special couple of years for sure, and now to have Kobe and Harper in the crowd with me is a special moment. And I think the World Cup was so amazing, to be at home, to be in front of friends and family, and how the tournament went was something incredible. So now to be back here for an Asian Cup is a dream come true, and I'm just going to enjoy every moment of it.
Have you figured out where the family's going to be sitting on Sunday so you can point them out in the crowd when you kick a goal?
I have no idea, but I'll make sure I know.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. The AFC, prize money and equality and all of that side of things, you guys have been pretty big on making, I guess, political statements about equality. You released that video calling out FIFA before the 2023 World Cup. What are your thoughts? Are you across where the AFC sits with its prize money and its equality and or the lack of, and what do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I've just been focusing on my job as a player. I think, there's a lot of things happening in the background, and, we've said what we wanted to say about it, but now it's time to focus on the tournament and get ready for that. So that's what we're doing as players. The rest will happen when it happens.
And Joe has been really clear about his vision and how he wants this team to play, but you haven't had much time to be able to take that all in. How confident are you that you can execute his vision?
No, we haven't had that much time in this camp, but, we've been working hard, whether it's videos that he's sending through to get across our game plan. The previous camps, like every minute, pretty much we're on the football field. It goes towards this tournament, and I think everyone's been working hard, whether they're in their club teams or, watching videos from Joe in camp. We've been trying to get as much knowledge and information from him as we can. So I think, it hasn't been a long camp here, a long preparation, but, all the camps combined, I think we've had a good preparation. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.